What up, Profilators? Welcome back to my channel. Here we are on Epping Avenue, heading over to Barima Avenue in Bel Air Park. And what we're doing today is doubling back, in fact, to see how this neighborhood is changing. I think this is a reserved land. It was reserved for a park. Right, it's reserved for a park here in Bel Air. Hasn't been developed, but I think there are signs that they're going to start working on it. Right, I see they've rebuilt this bridge. Last time I was here, this bridge did not exist. But that's Epping Avenue. We're heading over to Bel Air. Morning. So all around you can see construction, reconstruction, renovation of this neighborhood. Right, it's already one of the more exclusive residential neighborhoods in the city, and this one, for example, this tiny street, that's Isano, right? Isano Place in Bel Air Park. One of the few signs that I can show you to give you a reference to where we are. That's Isano Place in Bel Air Park. And this next street is the one we're interested in. This one is Barima. Right, it's Barima Avenue. So this is what is happening in Bel Air. Bel Air Park. So here we are at Barima Avenue. The sign says Barima Avenue in Bel Air Park. So what I want to do is to show you how Bel Air Park, and particularly Barima Avenue, is changing. Right, the last time we were here, some of these buildings were still being constructed, but more importantly, new buildings have been built. And I want to draw your attention to some of these. Morning. Some of the changes. Now, these are residential buildings, right? But what has happened in recent times is that some of the residences have been converted into commercial buildings. This one is a hotel. It's called Comfort Suites Apartments, right? Comfort Suites Apartments is over here. But over here, some people were asking about registering or opening new schools and universities in Guyana. Good morning. This is a National Accreditation Council located here on Barima Avenue, right? Barima Avenue in Bel Air Park. So if you wanted to open a new school or a new university, this Ministry of Education building is the one you'd have to visit and apply for accreditation. Right, so this is the National Accreditation Council of Guyana. They handle accreditation of all schools and universities in Guyana, and they're located here in Bel Air Park on Barima Avenue. This is the Ministry of Education annex. As I was saying, this is largely a residential neighborhood, but here is a government building, or the government has occupied these two buildings, I think, for the last 2 decades. Because remember, since I have a university, full disclosure, I am actually in the process of seeking accreditation with the National Accreditation Council. Every now and then, so for example, across the street, this is a new building that's being constructed, I think, in the last several, probably year or so, since the last time I visited this neighborhood, right, in Bel Air Park, Barima Avenue. But across the street, morning, yeah man, across the street, you can see here is an empty building. Right, this one probably has been empty for a couple of decades. We have, even in these exclusive neighborhoods, people who have migrated for for reasons, back in the 80s it used to be for economic reasons, but left and went to live in the UK or the US, and probably didn't leave caretakers for their homes. And now, morning, those buildings are actually being renovated, and that's the site of probably one of them that will be renovated soon. This is also another residence here in Bel Air Park on Barima Avenue. Another of those buildings. I don't think you can call them abandoned buildings, but they are residences that were once occupied by Bel Air residents who migrated to the US and to Canada and to the UK. Right, but this is what this neighborhood looks like. A lot of it is now being renovated